J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everyone? Welcome to the show. We talking about From Season 2, Episode 3. I'm here with my girl, Gina. What's up, Gina? How you doing?
Hey, Jay. Hey, Chad.
Hey, what's up? What's up? We talking about Episode 3 of Season 2 for From, and the show on MGM Plus. Used to be called Epics, for those that may not know where to find it. And so episode 3 brought more questions to me. What about you, Gina? What do you think about episode 3?
I feel like with every new episode, we're going to get more questions.
Yes, definitely. So,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I did see that was a big difference is Boyd, they do need him to handle people. It's a difference.
Yes.
Yeah, when old boy that was trying to bully them around, he came, he like, all right, you don't want to follow the rules? Take your gun and go in the woods then.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're going to have to do what we say.
Right.
What do you think about Boyd when he came in and tried to lay back down the law?
I was like, this dude is still sitting up here not listening to Donna. Like, you just made it through the night and you still trying to be like Billy Badass. Like, what are you doing? As soon as I saw Boyd and he was like, oh, who are you? I was like, that's Boyd. You about to be in check.
Right.
And I like the way he did it too. Like, you could go in them woods. You not gonna be here with us, thinking you gonna be running stuff. You just got here.
Damn right. You think you know better? Go and do it your way then.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like he said, you want a roof over your head and you want to do it this way, you're gonna do it what we say. So I did like that. What did you think on the subplot of throughout the episode, Boyd not telling anybody he got the creepy crawlies going on so far?
I think Boyd should have at least told Ellis, his son, and Donna. Like, he's, the sheriff, but he's always in the town. And then Donna is at the top of the house. She's at Colony House. And I feel like they work together. And so he should have trusted her with that information. Or at least Ellis. Like, somebody needs to know what's going on with him.
And he had the perfect opportunity when they was alone in that shed. And he kind of started, but then he didn't. He didn't tell her or anyone really anything. Do you think he should have told them, let alone about the man that he saw chained up?
I think so. I think that's pertinent information. Because he did go out there to find something. Like, he went out there to find a way back. And so you stumbled on this. So I feel like he should have shared that information.
Yeah, I agree. At least with his son or Donna, if anybody. Yeah. So that was kind of, I didn't understand exactly why he would do that. I think he's trying to figure it all out still before he tells someone. And I get that because I can be that way. But sometimes 2 heads are better than 1. So, this is very confusing if you were in this situation. You know what I mean? So it's hard to try to figure it all out by yourself. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
What do you think about Kenny and his situation going on with the girls and his frustrations building and things?
Oh, poor Kenny. He's still so hurt. He looking at Ellis like, stop picking them damn flowers. I ain't got no flowers to pick for nobody.
Right.
Get over here and help me. So I do feel bad for Kenny.
Right. Like, I ain't got no sweetheart. I ain't happy.
Right.
So that was kind of sad. He was kind of taking it out on Ellis a little bit. Like, you over here playing around. But I think that Kenny in a way missed his chance because he could have still had been with her like when she wanted that
Mm-hmm.
hug, but he kind of gave up. It's like he
Right.
threw in the towel as soon as she was there, and I think he missed the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity with that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about what's her name? Kenny's girlfriend again?
Christy?
Christy, yeah. What do you think about Christy and her new girlfriend now that they back together? What do you think? Look like the girlfriend is starting to understand a little bit about Christy's journey, because as we saw while they were out trying to get stuff done, they found a woman impaled to the tree. What did you
Mm-hmm.
think about that, and what was going on with that?
I wanted to know what happens to her because she was the one that was in the bar.
Right.
So, and she was the one that was like, "Don't open the door, don't open the door." And I wanted to know what happens to her. So at first I was like, "Oh, she survived," but then I was like, "Ooh, yeah, that's not going to end well."
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh," but the way that they did her, I'm like, "Why?" Usually they take everybody out, take them out as quick as possible. So I'm like,
Right.
for her to sit there like that all night, like,
Right.
wow.
Yeah. They was
They getting
playing with her.
even more vicious, like even more than when it first started.
Yeah. And they said that she said to them, because they repeated it or whatever, that they made her watch as they killed the guy
Hmm.
that was with her. So yeah,
Right.
they getting more vicious, and they playing games.
Hmm.
Because they had her stuck, and that's incredible to jam that through somebody's skull like that,
Yes.
and they still survived. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's crazy. I have seen stories of people that have had stuff like that, metal bars or things go through their head and they survive. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It depends on the angle and different things, but
Hmm.
wow, yeah, that she was messed up. So we'll see if these things are gonna come try to play some more games or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, man. What did you think about them sitting there trying to talk with her in the woods? What would you have done?
I thought that that was soothing because I mean they figured that she wasn't going to survive. So to make her comfortable until it was her time, to pass on, I thought that that was nice. I like how Christy said, "I'm not leaving." Like you don't leave your patients behind. You hold their hand
Oh,
if you have to.
oh, that's the nurse in you.
When COVID was going on, I don't mean to change the subject, but
No, you
we had to
good.
put water and gloves because we couldn't sit in there with them. So we had
Right.
to put water and gloves so that they could have, some form of comfort.
Hmm.
So when I saw, Christy sitting there holding her hand, I was just like, oh,
Brought
I
back
felt
that
like it
type
was
of
a good thing
feeling.
that she did.
Okay. Hmm. All right, that's interesting. I was thinking something different. I got different experience and mindset, but I
Okay.
like what you just said. That made me think a little differently about it. But what I was thinking was that they were maybe prolonging the inevitable in a way,
Mm.
and possibly, I mean, it didn't get that dark, but I was thinking they could possibly put themselves in danger sitting there if she was
Oh, yeah.
saying I ain't gonna leave, and then this woman still ain't die yet. I think that's why they had to pull it out and basically put it
Hmm.
out, because you're gonna end up getting us killed. And if they come back
Right.
and we leave you like this, then they'll probably dig in them guts.
Hmm.
So, but when I first saw that, I was thinking like, why he go get Christy, and he didn't tell her, so she came with nothing to work with, not even painkillers, I don't think, or something,
Hmm.
But if that would have happened right now today, it would have been a big ordeal. They would have to get sorted from the back where the tree is,
Hmm.
and then take her in and try to cut it from the front, from the back, and squeeze a little out or something.
Right.
Woo.
Yeah, I felt bad though because she was like, "Oh, can you call my mom?" I was like,
Right.
oh, and she was like, I didn't hug her. I was so mad when I left. It's like, damn, that's sad.
Hell yeah. Everybody just was on the bus trip. Where she say she was on her way to? It
They
just
haven't said.
okay.
They
Yeah, I thought
haven't
they
said, but I
said.
could have sworn that when I watched the episode, the first episode, I could have sworn that on the bus thing it said Maryland, but I'm
Oh,
not sure.
okay. Ah, okay. I thought that. Well, did the old lady say they was going somewhere in a
No, she
different?
never said. She just said she was
Okay.
going to bet.
Oh, yeah, bet. Cause yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, man, it's tripped out. And on another side note, I think I read somewhere, you may know more than me because you have more experience, but I heard the brain technically doesn't have like nerves for pain or something, so you don't feel no pain in the brain if you was hit or something like that. Technically,
Mm-hmm.
is that something like
Yeah.
that true?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah,
why
because
when
she was just sitting there. She was like, it don't hurt.
right, yeah, because with the shock and then it being in the brain,
Mm-hmm.
now you would feel like your skin and like the trauma, but
Right.
yeah, the actual inside, yeah, that's so crazy, you
It
know,
is.
yeah, very. So, it is interesting, that a lot of this stuff is happening this way, and they playing these games. Miss T say Boyd should have at least shared the journey. I definitely agree.
I agree.
Yeah, and she also said the whole group needs a town meeting to compare notes.
I
Definitely.
agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And then she says, "What about her reaction to Boyd? Whose reaction?
I know. Kelly, that's the girl that was stuck to the tree. It's
Oh,
like when Boyd came, she started to feel the pain and she started screaming and hollering.
I noticed that, but I thought it was just because she been sitting there for a while. So I guess you and Miss T think Boyd had something to do with that, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? What made you think that?
Because before she was just so calm and she was like relaxed, like she was having a full on conversation. Then Boyd pops up and she's like going into all of this pain and like screaming and hollering and everything.
Hmm.
So I was like, wait a minute. Like I rewinded it back and I was like, okay, like what is that about? I don't know. Because Boyd is
Huh.
different. We know that.
Right. It changed him somehow. And now that you
Mm-hmm.
say that, you got me thinking. Cause I think what that boy Elgin or something picked up on something on Boyd too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. It seemed like it, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. It did seem like it to me. So I didn't think about it like that. I thought it was just it's about time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to see Boyd go around Ethan, the little boy, Tabitha and Jim's son, because he's
Mhm.
also like gifted and connected. So I want to see his reaction to Boyd.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that boy creeps me out actually, Ethan.
I want to go on a
He's so
quest.
cute.
You think so? He's just
I
like
think he is cute.
a little Igor or something running around or something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. What do you think about old Slicky Victor? When he went and he saw his room been tampered with?
Whew, I felt Victor's pain because I don't like nobody to go in my stuff.
Me
I
neither.
don't go into my room and touch my stuff. So as soon as he went into the doorway, I was like, oh, he gonna know somebody was in here. And then he was like, wait a
Mhm.
minute, and something's missing.
Right.
Mm-mm.
He knew right off
That's
the
a
top.
violation.
It is. It is. It's closest feeling that I can say. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's closer feelings, but it's a close feeling the guy can have to feeling like a rape
Mm-hmm.
situation. I thought about it. There's other things that can happen to make you guy, but
Right.
when you have somebody come in and just take your stuff and go through your stuff, it is a violation. You
I don't
know,
like that.
hell no. And what pissed me off is when Vic came, the old boy, it was like, that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Give it back. He come here talking and talking. He got to say it 3 times. Okay. After he get loud.
Right.
Like, give his back, man. Why you got to keep asking
Exactly.
you?
For his stuff. I was just like, you went into his room, took his property, and you sit up
Right.
there saying, well, let me play it a little longer. You're not supposed to be playing it at all.
Thank
Why are
you.
you touching people's stuff?
Right. Talking about I thought you was dead. Damn. Only one
Right.
day. How long? They only was gone
Exactly.
1 day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. They ain't wasting no time.
Mm-mm.
Call dibs on my damn fiddlestick.
Right.
It's straight up. What you think about Jim and what's going on with Jim in this situation?
Oh, Jim, that's some trauma. To have that house fall on him, to be thinking that he is right there near death's door because the kid died in there with him, and then the monster took
Tom.
the other guy, Tom. So it's
Yeah.
like, that was traumatizing. He had the thoughts of his wife possibly being dead, don't know what's going on with his kids, and now he's hurt. We see.
Right.
And Jim is like, one of the strong dudes in the town. So it's like, oh, now he's out of commission for a while.
Right.
So yeah, Jim's going through it.
Hmm. One thing I felt bad with Jim, and I was glad that they addressed it, is he was going through all this for his damn wife. And remember, they was about to get a divorce before this
Yeah.
happened. Now it seemed like they
Hmm.
stronger than ever.
Right.
But she didn't even like address what happened in a way and why he was doing it. And he was like, look, I thought you was dead. This house fell on me. I'm trying to find you.
Hmm.
So when he finally broke down and let her know that, then I'm glad they said that, because that's one of the things that I would have said. Like, man,
Right. Yep.
the girl and damn near died for your ass.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Savannah Rivers said, you looking real beautiful like Naomi Campbell up in here.
Hey, Savannah, thank you.
Got the hair looking beautiful over there.
Thank you.
Let's see. Miss T said, I definitely think he got worse when he came around. She talking about the woman, I guess.
Oh,
Got
okay.
worse
Yeah.
when he came
Hmm.
around. She said she started screaming, oh, it hurts, and then he came around the bushes.
Right.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
His boy said that he was screaming. He said that, oh, I heard a scream. But he was out there before she started screaming.
Right. Yeah,
He
he
was,
was.
because he was too close. Like, you didn't just get there from hearing her scream. Like, she screamed and then he just popped up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing that made me think, like, oh, maybe him popping up in the vicinity is what also triggered her to have this pain. Because she
Mm-hmm.
was fine before he popped up.
When I watch it again, I'm gonna pay attention to that aspect, because I
Hmm.
didn't put those things together. I was just thinking, as in, it's about time something, because she was just sitting there and shooting the breeze, chilling for too
Right.
long. So, but that might be y'all might be on to something with that. Um, Now it looked like everybody in the town, now that Boyd come around, they finally about to listen, and things they
Right.
gonna try to work together. Even the bus driver shut up.
They got some act right now.
Yeah, right. They got some act right now, so it looked like things will get better. But one thing that was interesting, and this is another question that was brought up, is that they showed Boyd at his wife's grave, and her name Abby, which is what you know the old man hanging in the damn chimney was,
Hmm.
knew her name, and he like, how he know your name?
Right.
So what do you think? How is he knowing her name? I mean, I think it's got to be some supernatural power. Of course, I mean, how can he be
Hmm.
alive? That old guy like that. So, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I feel like Boyd is about to find out because he transferred his blood into him. So I feel like whatever he was going through, whatever was going on with him, is going to be happening to Boyd, and so he's going to find out. But I thought that too when he said, "Oh, you think Abby was right?" I was like, "Wait a minute, how would he know about Abby?"
Right.
So I always thought like that was something there. Maybe somebody's feeding him the information or whatever. But Boyd's going to find out.
Yeah, because we still don't know who threw that rope either.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Let me help you," but
Right.
then he was tied up, so something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So we'll see. The Hotspot Network say, Jay, you done blessed me. I was still waiting on season 2 till I seen you were reviewing them. Got caught up earlier. That's what's up. Yeah. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, that's the one thing about this show that is kind of unfortunate is they don't have a lot of publicity. They're not really
Mm-hmm.
advertising a whole lot for this show. I have seen a couple of ads,
Okay.
a couple, but I think I seen it on maybe something that you don't see too often. So you know what
Mm.
I mean. It's not like it's a lot of places that you can get information about this show.
Because I didn't see no ads. I still haven't seen no ads. I did because I searched for it when I wanted to know about season 2 before it premiered. I
Mhm.
googled it and then it had popped up. And then I follow Harold on Instagram and he had posted when it was going to be the new season. But before
Right.
the first season, like before it came on, you told me about it. I didn't know nothing about it. I
Mhm.
hadn't seen the trailer. Didn't know nothing.
I'm trying to think. I think that I've seen it because I was looking at Godfather of Harlem, and because I keep going on the app all the time, they advertise it on their app. I think is
Right.
how I knew. But if you're not looking at their app, you wouldn't probably know.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should be promoting it other places. It's a pretty good
Right.
show, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Shout out to my girl B. Just got back from Mexico.
Maybe.
Yeah, congrats on the safe trip. Uh, happy for you.
Drop
Um,
us some pics in Discord.
definitely love to check it out.
Barika be taking beautiful pictures.
Man, going to some beautiful places.
Mm-hmm.
I got to live through you on some of these trips.
Right.
Now, Ms. T say the place is listening. You know the monsters. Um, that is interesting because one thing that Jim's wife, I can't remember her name offhand,
Tabitha.
Tabitha, yeah. She said when she got down there that the damn plugs are just dangling in the damn
Mm-hmm.
from the ceiling. So yeah, they are getting electricity from somehow, and those things live under the city in a cave. Maybe they can hear and say things and do things. I mean, that's interesting. We did see them communicating on the radio with Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that is
Yeah,
interesting.
they definitely are listening, I do believe, because they know information. Like when the grandmother came to the window, she knew the girl's name. She presented herself as someone that girl knew. And then when
Mhm.
Julie and her family first got to the town and they were going into Colony House, it was a kid that came like, Julie, you not
Mhm.
happy to see me? So they're here. Like they tapping into them in some sort of way.
That's a good point about that with the kid with Julie. I didn't think about that part. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
one. You coming with different things up in here with this one. Shout out to Damian Kenny. He say it's my birthday tomorrow on the exact day I was born, Tuesday, May 9th. Well, congrats to you. It was
Happy
millions
early
that tried to
birthday.
make it. Yeah, it was millions in your daddy's, PP tried to make it. But you made it. Congrats. You was a winner. And that go for all of us. When you made it, you already won the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
So keep it going, man. Congrats. Happy birthday to you. Uh now Miss T thinking too over here. She said, I wonder if telekinesis is part of this whole thing. The boy in the white doesn't speak, but people listen and understand him. That would explain the rope and the tied up man. That's
I think
interesting.
so too. Mm-hmm. I
That's
had
in-
thought that when Elgin came to the town, I was like, he seems like telekinetic in some type of way. So I agree with that, Miss C.
yeah, it's that's got some type of that's a good theory because yeah, he was
Mm-hmm.
feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Before
Mm-hmm.
he even got here and stuff. So yeah, and then we now see that after Tabitha been down in the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole, she's seeing those two girls in white now.
Yes, like
Yeah,
that's creepy.
very creepy, very
That's
creepy.
creepy, but now she's different as well.
And she don't want to talk either. But
Mm-mm.
I think didn't she tell her daughter at the end or whatever that she's seeing the girls?
Yeah, she did tell her daughter.
Yeah, you women are better with speaking up than men.
But I feel like they should talk. Like when something's different, like Miss T said, they need to have a meeting so everybody could get everything out. Like we're trying to get out of here.
Right.
So the information that we gather, we need to come and talk about it.
Definitely. Definitely. Because everybody want to get out of there. Nobody chose to be
Hmm.
there. And then we see later at the very end Sarah pop up, which I was wondering where the hell she was.
Hmm.
What'd you think about Sarah hiding in the basement, the people under the stairs?
At first, I was like, "Oh, what's going on, Kenny? You gonna be okay? You've been going through too much." And then I was like, "Oh, Sarah, like she been here all of this time? Did she just get there? Was she always there? Like, what is going on?"
I know, right? That was crazy. And I'm wondering why she was there. And I mean, I guess she still got to hide because of what she did. And so
Hmm.
people, are upset. And did you see the preview for the next episode?
No.
Okay. Well, just a quick thing about the preview next episode. Everybody find out about her, Kenny, and everybody know. And so people was upset and saying, let's put her in the box. And boy was like, ain't nobody else going in the box no more. So I don't
Mm.
know what you think about that. When everybody find her, do you think they should try to put her in the box? I mean, that's basically killing her.
But technically, that was the punishment. If somebody innocent dies because of somebody in the town or they're supposed to go in the box.
Yeah.
But me personally, I don't think that they should put Sarah in the box because it's something going on with her. Like she's connected to the town. I feel like we need her around. I
Right.
mean, have somebody watching her, making sure she not doing nothing crazy and getting nobody else killed. I
Right.
don't think she should go yet.
Right. I agree. I don't think they should put her in the box either. Um,
Mm-mm.
but they should watch her, like you said, either put her on house arrest,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, and that'll be good enough because, like you say, she connected, and I do think that oh boy, Elgin might be connected now, like she was. It's just not as strong
Mm-hmm.
yet. But
Right.
it's something going on with that connection. And like you were saying, and I agree, we need to like find everything and talk together. And like Miss T, they should have a town hall and like let them know
Yes.
all this stuff. Everybody should know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on at all times on the same page,
Yep.
because everybody want to leave. If only a few people left and left everybody behind, that'd be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. I'd be bored, man. So I don't know
For
if
real.
Boy could leave now though with that stuff in his blood. I think he's screwed.
Mm. Yeah, I felt bad for Victor though when Jade was like, "Don't you want to leave? Don't you want to get out of here?" I was thinking with Victor, he was a child when he went there, so
Right.
he went with his parents, and
Right.
he's an old man now. So where's
Yes.
he gonna
Yes.
go?
I'm so glad you brought that up because I definitely forgot to bring that up.
Yeah,
Man, he was
where's he gonna
saying,
go?
"Don't you want to go home?" Victor is home. He can't go back.
Right.
For one, like you say, where could he go? He's an old man. He got to be in his 50s minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a kid. I mean, what education does he really have living there? Ain't
Right.
like he went to high school and stuff. What's his social life like? He can't go be with people and stuff. They'll try to have him committed to stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He can't assimilate walking around with a lunchbox and stuff, drawing with
Right.
crayons and things. And then when he tells people about his life and upbringing, oh, he's going to the crazy place
Yeah.
because ain't nobody gonna believe that.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, Victor, and that's why Victor walked off. He didn't want to leave. Where would he go? He has nowhere to go.
Exactly.
Nothing. Yeah, that's his home. That's all he knows. And he knows that. He knows how to survive there. He got his little friend, the little
Right.
white boy. The boy
Mm-hmm.
in white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so
where would he go? Like where would he go?
mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah.
a kid, so any family that he knew, like if he had grandparents, they not here no more. Aunts
Mm-hmm.
and uncles that were like older, like they're not here no more. So he probably wouldn't even remember what town he was in, like where he lived or anything.
I agree.
So Victor is home, like you said, he's home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what do you think about the guy? I can't remember his name. That took Victor violin that was saying, we can go home or whatever.
Jade.
Yeah,
Now
Jay.
Jade also, he's seeing these visions, he's seeing things that are not there. And so something's going on with Jade as well. So I think that they all gonna have to come together. Jade, Elgin, Ethan, Victor as well, like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because something is going on with them. Like it's like this town is like singling certain people out
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
giving them messages.
yeah, definitely. Courtney got a good point here. I didn't think about this. I don't know how he could do it, but Courtney Williams says that he just has to transfer the blood curse. So he talking
Okay.
about Boyd, if he maybe
Mm-hmm.
scratch somebody or puts that into somebody like it was put into him. Cause but old boy said you got the same
But would
blood
he
as me.
die?
Yeah, I don't know.
Would
Cause the
Boyd
old boy,
died after he did that? Because
that's a
Martin
good
died.
point.
As soon as he transferred the blood, he died.
He did die. Yeah, and I do think that's what killed him more than anything, because it's all that
Mm-hmm.
happened to him was him
Yeah.
giving that blood to him. He did nothing happened to him other than that. So, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way of thinking about it. I wonder if that would work, and then would he die? And yeah, that's why he should speak up and be telling somebody what happened, especially now before he start to
Mm-hmm.
forget anything while it's fresh in his mind. At
Right.
least write a journal. Journal.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
feel like Victor was on the money when he said, I draw these pictures as soon as I see something. Because if
Mhm,
I forget, these pictures are here.
mhm. Uh, Now, the Hotspot Network said that Lake scene seemed like he was gonna kill her. Like voices was telling him what they were telling Sarah, especially after his seizure on the bus. He talking about Elgin.
Elgin. Mm-hmm.
He did look a little weird by the
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
lake.
he did.
Yeah, he did.
Because
So
I was like, why he looking around like that? Like, why is he acting like that?
yeah, he did look a
Mm.
little weird. So
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, I didn't know about that either. But I'm still not thinking he's a bad guy, like a killer
Right.
yet. I'm not getting that type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Miss T said Martin's city was going to die when the music stopped playing. It had stopped. Martin said, I guess is what she's saying instead of Martin City. Martin said he was going to die when the music stopped playing. It had stopped playing, and then he cut Boyd and died. He did say that. Miss T on it, girl.
Yeah.
He did say something about when the music stopped, or you got to hurry up before the music stop. I think he said,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll
Yeah.
come back or something. I don't think he said I'll
Mm-hmm.
die. Did he say I'll die when the music stop, or you need to hurry up or they'll come back?
He was telling him to hurry up,
Yeah.
and he was like, "They coming."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. But yeah, that was this show. I still don't really have any concrete answers on what's going on yet.
Right.
Just theories. There's really
Mm-hmm.
no way to know what is really going on. We still don't know what we watching. How did this happen?
Right.
Yeah, why is it happening? Who's doing it? What's doing it? Will they be
But I
able to
like
get
it.
out? I do. It's interesting.
I
It's
like it because
yeah,
with like other shows, it's like you got everything pretty much like right there. You do have your little theories and everything, but it's like with this one, it's kind of like, ooh, it could be anything.
definitely.
And so I like that.
Yeah, it definitely keep you tuned in, wondering what's
Hmm.
next. And I
Right.
like that as well. Like you say, so many other shows, and they could be still good, but you kind of got an idea of what's gonna happen for the most part. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I have no idea of
Right.
what to expect, other than I think Boyd to still live to the end of the season, but even that is not a guarantee. So
Right.
I don't know. Overall, what did you think about this episode? Um, you
I
liked
thought
it?
it was good. I
Mhm.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
What stood out to you this episode the most?
Tabitha, like when she saw her son playing with the puzzle, and then she remembered down in the tunnel, the rocks were the
Mm,
same way that he built them, and he thought he
yeah.
did the puzzle. So I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah, that was
Like,
creepy.
mm-hmm, the
Yeah.
same way, and then
Yeah.
the top is over.
Yeah, that was creepy. And that'll go
Yeah.
back to I agree with what Miss T was saying as well, and you about it must be something what did she say? Not subliminal, psycho
Telekinetic.
telekinetic.
Mm-hmm.
Something going on to
Yeah.
communicating with everybody in their head subconsciously or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely something weird going on. You don't make no formation like that by
Mm-mm.
accident, you
Nope.
know. So ain't like he was playing Tetris or something. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was definitely creepy. I thought she was gonna kick it over when she saw him make it, but she didn't. But
Right.
I would have kicked it over, like, man, what the hell are you doing? So anyway, go ahead and give it a rating for this episode. So let's go ahead and do that right quick. All right. The Moscow rating. Real simple, 4 categories, 25 points each, give you a total of 100. We got first category, and that's hold on, visuals and cinematography. I like the way they shoot this show. They use, modern cameras and everything. It looks current, but it also looked kind of old, I guess. I guess
Mm-hmm.
maybe with the town and things. So yeah. But I like they didn't do too much out of the ordinary with like camera angles or anything that come to mind with this episode, but overall the look of the show and everything is on par to what it normally is. And so I would give it a 22 because they do a good job of making it look like a bad place to be. Storyline and plot, I like how they starting to, I can't say tie in anything, but they expanding it, and we finally got to see Sarah. I was wondering, is she even going to be on the show this season or what? So wondering to see how that go, as well as what happened with Boyd and the blood and all of those other things. He not telling anybody things, so it was a lot going on, but I like it. I give it a 20 out of 25. It was good, but it wasn't the greatest. Special effects, makeup, costume is still good as always, but they didn't show too much special effects, did they? I don't, nothing come to mind. Nobody got killed, did it?
No, just the rebar and Kelly's head in the tree.
That was good. That was a good
Yeah.
special effect. So that was better than average to show that. And they showed it into the tree, the back angle and things. So it looked real. I'll give them that. So I'll give them a 22 out of 25 for that, because that was a good one. And then entertaining, I liked it. I enjoyed the episode. I'd give it a 21, 22 out of 25. I'll say 22. That give it a total of an 86 or 8.5. I think that's about fair for this episode. Yeah. What would you rate this episode?
I'm gonna do the same at 8.5.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was
about good.
good.
Yeah, I definitely think 8.5 is very good. And everything can't always be a 9 or a 10, but
Right.
yeah, that's pretty close. And yeah, I like that they are not always trying to make it a zombie show.
Right.
And yeah, so sometimes you can forget that that's even a part of this show. I forget sometimes. Yeah, so and that's a good thing, I think, with this type of show, because shows like The Walking Dead, for example, that I think they really use the zombie thing a lot more.
Yeah, it was constant.
Yeah, and you would think like they're in the middle of the woods. How is it a pack of people walking here? Where would they come from?
Right.
These zombies walked all the way here. It's like hundreds. Where's the hundreds of people walking through the woods? Like what? Right. So yeah, some of that stuff I'd be like, okay, wait a minute. But this, I think they're doing everything with a good balance. And I like the cast. Shout out to the cast. And a lot of them are from Canada. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, most of the cast, except for Harold, are local Canadian actors, I think, from like either Toronto area or Vancouver area.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think they film in like Canada, Nova Scotia, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they probably have, most projects, they always get local actors, whether it's a movie or a TV show. So for the smaller parts, they'll fly in the big people. So they probably got Harold paying for him for a room, but they ain't paying for nobody else. But
right.
But all jokes aside, though, they're doing a good job for a lot of people that haven't been on the big stage like this. So.
Right, because a lot of these people, this is my first time seeing them.
Me too.
In something.
Yeah, me too.
Besides Harold, I didn't really know nobody. Donna kind of looked familiar, but I can't pinpoint where I've seen her before.
I looked her up on IMDb, and she's been in a couple things that I've seen, but I don't remember her from those things. And
Okay.
yeah, she's been working for a long time, since the 90s, but
Mm-hmm.
she's done a lot of voiceover too. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, she's been
Yeah, because
around.
I was like, her voice, her voice is
Probably.
familiar. I can't remember where I would have known her from though.
Let me look and see right quick.
Oh.
But yeah, that's what that was with her, with some of that. And it's amazing when I look sometimes at people on IMDb at their work, at just how many things that comes out every year that I never even heard of.
Mm.
And it's a lot. And I don't think I've heard of everything, of course, but it is a lot of projects that come out that probably go to things that you never hear of.
Right.
But but this is her right here. And
Mm-hmm.
also she from September. Shout out September babies.
Okay.
It says here's her stuff right here. She been in 78 projects.
Mm.
Did you see this clearly?
I cannot see that.
Let me see. I'll read off a couple. Let's see
I
if
need
you
to get
heard
some of
any.
the nice glasses that you got.
I know, right? I'm gonna need to actually put them on my dang on self. I forgot I had them sitting here. I'm so used to not wearing them. So,
Mm-hmm.
Dormouse, Transplant, Hot Zone, All My Puny Sorrows, Surreal Estate, The Veil, Pure Private Eyes, Under Milkwood, Clarice, Watch Dogs, Legion. That's a video game, and she was the
Mm.
voice on that. I actually played this video game, but I don't remember. And she played a child. Oh, Emma Child. So, Girl, V Wars. This is Vampire Wars on Netflix. I watched a little of this, but she was only
Oh.
in one episode. So, I didn't watch every episode. When
Mm.
Hope Calls. That's just a few out of
Right.
78. You heard of any of this stuff?
No, but I'm gonna go look. I like
So I
her.
say it's a lot of stuff that comes out that people don't see. That's
I just found out that they had like I seen that they was doing like the new Scream, before it came out. I had seen the
mm,
trailer for it. But
mm-hmm.
before that, I did not know that that was going to be the sixth one. The last one that
Wow.
I remembered, yeah, the last one that I remembered was the third one, and I didn't even watch the whole thing. So
Yeah,
I was like,
wow.
wait a minute, how many has it been? It's six of them? I didn't even know that.
Really? I didn't know that
Hmm.
either. That's definitely
Yeah.
news to me. So 6. Damn.
Hmm.
Getting that money
Yeah.
grab.
Yeah.
Entertainment business.
Hmm. They're just going to
Well,
keep that franchise going.
for real, forever. Just reboot it.
Hmm.
Well, it was good having you as always.
Thanks for
Um,
having me.
anytime, anytime. Gonna wrap it up, but it's another good episode from. I hope they keep it up, and I'm definitely intrigued of what's next.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we go, I just wanted to say Donna and Ellis were asking Boyd, "Oh, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened." But they didn't ask him, "What's going on with your arm? How'd you get that cut? Like, what you bleeding?
Mhm.
What happened?" They
That's a
never
good one.
said, "Oh, get Christy to clean that up."
That's another one. That's true.
Hmm.
He probably would have said, "I'm good," but still, they should have asked. Nobody inquired about him.
Right.
Um, or that big old cut in the arm that you got tied up. That's a good point.
Hmm.
Because yeah, I wouldn't have. They wouldn't have probably said roll up your sleeve or something. But what happened? You cut. What happened?
Hmm.
I'm fine. I'm fine. But they didn't even ask the question.
Mm-mm.
So that's a good point. They didn't even ask, which that was interesting because they should have at least asked
I
and
think so.
inquired. Yeah. So
Hmm.
we'll see next episode what happens with him. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult try to hold everything together. People gonna want to put Sarah in the box. He ain't
Mm.
gonna want to put her in the box, let alone anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, he feel guilty about that's like the death sentence.
Yeah.
You know, and the gruesome death sentence at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he don't want to do that. And plus, she may have information or be of some use of them getting out of there. So,
I think so.
yeah, they better try to get a house arrest, make one of them ankle monitors or something.
Mm-hmm.
Get a chain around her foot like a black snake moan up in this piece.
Maybe they could get Billy Badass to like sit on her, like to watch her. Whatever. He needs something to do. He need a hobby there.
Yeah, he probably
'Cause he
starts
getting on my
screwing
nerves.
her. They probably fall
Oh
in love and run off together. He'd start screwing her or something.
goodness, he is getting on my nerves.
He is. I'm wondering how long he gonna last out there with his attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he may last past this season. He's
I
a
don't
little
think
too
so. He
hard.
got a problem with authority.
Yeah, he does. At first I thought he was an asshole, but then he tried to help at the house.
Mm-hmm.
He got his ass out of there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with him yet, but I don't think he gonna last too long. So
Uh-uh.
we'll see. I appreciate everybody for coming through. And Neek said, great show. Appreciate it. Damian Kivney, he give it an 85 on the Mosco. That's what's up. Everybody hashtag what's your Mosco. Let me know in the comments. And we got to get the word out so that they don't cancel the show, man. Get more people to watch. Come through. You know, they see more people talking about it on YouTube and more people start tuning in, then we can have this show for entertainment, because this stuff they cancel and then we'll be stuck with more gangster shows, which we got a lot of that right now. So yeah, let's have something different on the table every now and then with a black lead, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's a black male lead. So let's try to have
been doing his thing in the business. He been doing his thing in the business, doing films and everything. You know, he did Oz, but from Oz, I didn't see him. I don't really watch that show like that.
Yeah,
but
that was,
I haven't seen him in like a TV show, and he's the lead and everything.
Me neither.
So it's a good look for him.
It is a good look for him. I hate that it kind of came so late for him in life. Not that he's so old, but you know, everything come, I guess, when it's supposed to. So this is like his biggest thing to me. You know, yeah, he's been in bigger projects, Matrix and things like that, but he wasn't the star of the Matrix, you know what I mean, or the lead. You know, and the same for other projects, whereas this is his baby, and he's doing a good job, you know. So you know, even Best Man, I wouldn't say, I'd say he was probably the least used character in that show until the spinoff came.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how it all go. Damian Kenny say reboot HBO's Oz. When Oz came out, I did see a few of those episodes, but that was back when I was really busy and I didn't get to watch a lot of TV. So I didn't really see a lot of those episodes. I do remember Ida BC used to have that hat barely on his head.
I was just telling my husband the other day, like, how did he do that? Like, it kind of reminds me of like when T.I. came out too. Like his hat was just like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Lean to the side.
Yeah, that's funny. And it was what's funny is around that time I used to wear my hat like that. But it was before the show. And then the show came and it was funny, but I didn't have a bald head back then. I used to have like a little, I didn't have no whole lot of hair, but I had a little curly hair, little mini fro. Well, not a fro, I'd say. I don't know what I would call it, but it wasn't no fro, a fade on the sides and low. I guess what people wear now, but they let it go out of control now. But I used to wear that in the wintertime, you know, a skull cap, but they'll have some with the little brim.
Right.
I used to wear that because I'd be hot, but I didn't want to hold my hat, but I wanted to take it off. So I would pull it all the way back so it'd just be sitting there. And that way I didn't have to hold it, but I wasn't hot no more.
Okay.
And then people started calling me out of BC, and I was like, man, what the hell? And then I looked at the show, and I was like, oh, wow. So, yeah, that was funny. Savannah said that I had dreadlocks. I actually at one point did, but it wasn't at that time. That was my, 19, 18, 19-year-old, 20. Dreads, braids, all that stuff. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Anyway, we up out of here. Oh, this is one thing. I got a couple more things I'm about to start bringing back as well. Talking about like the hot topics and stuff. And this is one article that I saw that was funny. It was talking about if you had baby boomer parents, what was some of the things they did raising you that would be considered crazy today? You know, like letting your kids be out all day till the street lights come on and stuff like that. So I'm gonna share it in Discord. It was pretty funny, pretty interesting.
Okay.
But to their defense, the world wasn't as crazy as it is now. You could leave your kid. They didn't have to worry about them getting stolen. You know?
Like I remember I used to play in my front yard. Like I used to play outside. Like my mom didn't have to worry about nobody coming up to the yard and taking me out the yard.
No.
And so like nowadays, that's things that you have to worry about. Like you gotta have the location on these kids.
Right, put an air tag up their butt or something. Straight up. Yeah, because it's just too many psychos out now. So yeah, it wasn't like that back then. So yeah, when we say that, it on face value it would sound crazy, but back then it wasn't. And kids, it seemed we were little people too. They looked at us as little people. We were like held at standards to be responsible and stuff at like 5 and stuff, you know. I used to be out by myself walking, don't cross the street. And they just told me that I was supposed to just listen and do it. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm gonna share that in Discord, that article. But yeah, it definitely made me think. Savannah say I'm 56. Pray for my health. All right. Well, definitely gonna pray for your health,
Savannah.
Yeah, many more years to come. Drinking water from the faucet. Yeah, that's something my daddy still do right now. So, you know. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Savannah. Savannah says he has kidney failure. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, Savannah, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, definitely keep you in the prayers, and sorry to hear that. Definitely. So, all right. Neek is crazy, said that you just asked Jay to open the liquor. Neek, stop. Maybe that's what's gonna help with this day. One shot ain't gonna do no harm now. All right, y'all. But out of here. I'll holler at y'all later. And Gina, good seeing you as always. Appreciate you. Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Yep. Have a good one, and we out.
Bye, guys.